Hello everyone and welcome back guys to the finale of the Delta Online Racing Lamborghini Super Trofeo Cup, where today we're here for Spa. Now obviously if you guys have watched the last 5 episodes, 6 weeks worth of racing, you will know that it was the top 8 will make it through into the grand finals for a 2 race evening here around the legendary Spa-Francorchamps circuit. Unfortunately, qualifying, I completely bottled. I was all the way down in P11, but yeah, we've got 16 of Forza's fastest drivers on the whole. $800 will be decided to Mike, obviously going through the top 3 finishes over the course of the 2 evenings. Standard points, everything like that for these 2. And honestly, I really did not know what to expect from myself ready for the final race of this series. But we're on the grid then in P11. Obviously, I know it says P14. For some reason, we were running 3 safety cars for this. So I'm still not too sure what that was all about there. But yeah, we're ready on the grid behind GG Racing and iWolves, my only teammate that made it through into the final. Sadly, Matt would just miss out. But yeah, we're ready then, and it is 5 lights, and away we go. That's actually a fairly decent start there, but AMS GG Racing is going to come very, very aggressively over the front of me in towards to one. Honestly, I thought I had the nose up the inside there. He's then going to absolutely chuck it up the inside of a couple of other cars. Very, very aggressive start from him. Not too sure what to make of that one there, but yeah, very, very, very aggressive by GG Racing. So maybe, you know, potentially later on in this race we can try and get back past him in this race. If we let GTR Renault through as well there, and well, we will get back past GG Racing quite quickly because he sim-twitched and, well, he went into the wall, and that was his race completely over there. So you can see FRF Captain Solo and Aerox Balkit there actually getting very, very good runs down the straight as well. And unfortunately, I did not get a good run out onto the long Kemmel straight here. As you can see now, Sauber Zoom as well, one of the top, I think, top 5 ranked guys in the world on this game now, just behind me as well. He didn't have a particularly good qualifying, and well, I'll say to you guys now, he just completely had an absolute mare of 2 races this evening. In fact, I'm not even sure he did the second one. I'm pretty certain he just rage quit after the first race of the night there. But yeah, we were unfortunately therefore down to P13 from P11 on the grid there. Lost out a couple of places, and yeah, really a little bit annoyed with that, but ultimately it was just damage limitation. Eau Rouge on Forza in these cars is a lottery, I'm going to be completely honest with you. If you lose the back end, the only way to save it is just to absolutely floor it, as Sauber Zoom tries to go up the inside there. We're going to try and give him, well, we give him the space on the inside there, and then he's just going to hang me out to dry on the exits. Yeah, not too sure what that was all about, but yeah, unfortunately, I would therefore drop back down to P14. But yeah, Eau Rouge is a lottery here, and as you can see, by lap 2, Sauber Zoom would feel the wrath of said lottery, and, well, he'd be now out of the opening race of the night as well. So, honestly, my aim was just not crash through Eau Rouge, and therefore just see where we could move up in this race, and it wouldn't take very long until we were now all over the back of FRF, Captain Soda, Wolves, and Aerox Balkit here as we come down the hill once more here. Are we going to be able to make any sort of move on my teammate here? You know, I did feel I had a little bit of a pace advantage over him so far in this evening, so we might be able to try and go for something nice and quickly here. Ultimately, the agreement we made before the series was we'll play as a team until we get to the finals, and then from there, what happens, happens. You can see now I do go up the inside of my teammate Wolves there, and we're going to be side by side through the second part of Stablo as well there. We do make the move work, and now we're up into P12. Not, you know, it wasn't an overly aggressive move. It wasn't just, oh, I'm sending it on him, but yeah, it was certainly quick but careful on the holder. As we now move on to lap 6, so you can see we're now all of that of FRF Captain Solo once more here. I think one other person also felt the wrath of Eau Rouge, so very, very unfortunate. Actually, no, I think it was Force 1, actually, unfortunately disconnected from this race. But it wouldn't take long. I think that's someone else feeling the wrath? No, they're not just yet. No one else is feeling the wrath of Eau Rouge, but FRF Captain Solo are getting much worse run through the corner than myself, so we're now going to try and go right around the outside of the Brazilian here. We're going to try and defend to the inside in towards the corner there. He tries to go for the switchback onto the racing line, but can't make it work, and therefore we are now up into P10, and that would be where we'd finish in the opening round of the night there. Really, really happy with that result at the end. Well, I say really, really happy with that result. I take a 10th place in the opening round of the evening. Fortunately, with how many people have rage quit or disconnected or anything like that, Xbox Live is having an absolute mess, I hasten to add. It would mean that we'd start P4 for the second round of the night. You can see myself and P10 Wolves in P11 there. So yeah, overall, you know, semi-decent points for the opening round of the evening, and obviously, hopefully, in race 2, we can have a bit of a better showing as well. Obviously, starting right towards the front of the field then. But here we are then, the final race of the entire series of the Delta Online Racing Lamborghini ST Cup. And honestly, I'm looking forward to see what they do in 2019. This series has given me a lot of motivation on Forza to help, hone my skills back in once more. I am hoping to try and keep up with more Forza stuff over the coming months as well. So obviously, if you guys are new on the channel, obviously get yourself subscribed as well for more league racing content from, a whole variety of sims and everything like that. But yeah, we're already on the grid. Then we've got AMS GG Racing, FRF Captain GG Racing has decided he's going. No, he's come back now. Captain Solo, Wolves, myself, Lawrence just behind him. Well, I think that's THR Skyline just behind him as well. We've got a lot of quick guys behind me, but so far this season, my defensive driving, if I do say so myself, has been okay. So hopefully we can try and put that to the test one final time in this series. Yeah, we're ready then on the grid. The final time ever in the Lamborghini ST Cup for 2018. It's actually my last league race of 2018 as well. It is lights out and away we go there. Off to a pretty good start. I'm going to say a little bit better start than at my teammate Wolves there. And Captain Solo and GG Racer are going to go side by side in towards turn 1. We try to give Wolves the run on the inside, but we also want to try and get good traction on the X there. And that's exactly what we've been able to do. If you can try and hang the car around the outside in these Lambos, you've got a really, really good chance of just making it right around the outside of your competitor there. Captain Solo now moves up into the lead of the race as well. Through a ruse for the first time in this race, just clip the curbs. That's going to give me a little bit of a good run there, as we just couldn't try and get the car turned in once more there. We're now all over the back of GG Racing. Captain Solo there is going very, very defensive up the Camel Straight here. We're on the outside of GG, trying to squeeze him in behind Captain Solo there. We're going to try and break as late as possible there. Maybe just a little bit too late there. Unfortunately, we're just going to have to bail out through the chicane there, avoid the tar wall, and that's unfortunately going to cost me quite a few places there. Back around the outside, though, of AMR Lawrence there. Wolves is actually going to get a very, very poor run on the exit, so we're going to try and get on the inside of him there, thread the needle between the pair of them. That's Bowkit actually giving me a little bit of a punt as well there. And hopefully, on the exit, the corner there, a little bit of contact with Wolves. We almost get stuck to each other, but luckily just about able to both pull away from that one there. And right around the outside through No Name we go, and that is us now back up to P3 there. So quite a lot of action off the start now. GG Racing and Captain Solo are having a bit of a battle of the road here, so hopefully we can try and get back up to these guys, and it wouldn't take long before we were all over the back of GG Racing once more here, so hopefully we can try and get back past him as soon as possible. I was currently the highest EU runner in this race here as we now come up the hill once more there, and GG Racing is going to make a bit of a mistake on the way through. We take a lot of curb right the way through a rouge as well. Are we going to be able to make any sort of move work? We look to the inside as we come down the Camel Straight once more here. This should hopefully be a little bit more of a safe move. We're going to try and get it parked on the apex there. GG a little bit later on the brakes, but we do get the car slowed down nice and tightly, sort of slip into that space there. And now he's going to try and go for the switchback move, and I can just absolutely read that. Parked it on the apex. Lucky that we didn't actually sim twitch off the track there. Could have easily been spat the other direction there. But that will move us back up into P3, but GG dives it up the inside there through the next corner. A little bit of a last gasp attempt, if I'm not mistaken there. We swing it right around the outside. Definitely giving the squeeze through the next couple of corners there. I want to make it very clear that, this is my place now, and he is not going to be able to get it back as easily as he would like there in the XC. Sadly, though, that would be the last piece of action I'd have in this series. We spent the rest of the race catching up to FRF Captain Solo. We actually took a good sort of 300-400 feet out of him in this second race of the night there, but unfortunately it would be too little too late. Turns out as well, if Captain Solo and I had swapped, I would have actually won $100 as well, so that was a little bit frustrating as well at the end of the day. We would have tied with Chris, but obviously I would have taken it with one race victory to his naught there. So yeah, a little bit frustrated with that one, but honestly at the time, I had absolutely no idea. But yeah, as you can see, coming through the final couple of corners then, at the end of the day there, Captain Solo comes through for the race victory, myself in P2, which after the 2 rounds would leave me P5 overall, which I would certainly take behind Lightning, Racers, Chris, all obviously take home prize money there. Congrats to those guys. Captain Solo as well, 1 point ahead of myself there. And yeah, we come through P5 at the end of the series. I would certainly take that. But yeah, a little bit heartbroken. 6.5 tenths quicker and I would have won myself $100. But hey ho, that's how racing goes sometimes. Honestly, I didn't really have the pace to be winning cash anyway. But yeah, hopefully, you guys have enjoyed this series on the whole as well. It's been a really, really fun series. A huge thank you to Delta for all the hard work they put in behind the scenes as well. Get yourself subscribed if you're new around here as well, and you do want to see more Forza League racing action as we move into next year. But that has been it from me for now. Thank you all so much for the support on the channel. Hopefully I'll see you guys next year for a brand new video.